Okay, the meeting is called to order. Monica will take note of people in attendance so we don't have to do the roll call. And I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from last month. Can I get a motion from somebody, please?
Here.
Who? So can I have
Barbara
Ray?
approved.
Ray is moving to approve the minutes from last month. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Debbie, second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, we have two big topics tonight. This one's the biggest. The affirmative action update from Ray and Michael. Please feel free to go ahead.
So I sent out a outline of our meeting. This is something that resulted from Jennifer and Michael and I meeting together. Kind of just getting a little bit of flesh on the bones here. It's not a final. This is by far just a draft. One of the biggest items was that we decided for a number of reasons to move this into January. October wasn't going to work. In November and December, we didn't feel were good months. People get kind of meetinged out, and there's a lot of things going on. So we thought the end of January would be good. We also were looking for a fifth Thursday, which gives us less chance to get bumped out of the council meetings chambers, because the fifth day of the month is rarely a meeting day. So that's how that date was picked. We said 6 to 9. Again, that's flexible. We're not going to be advertising this quite yet. Jennifer was going to talk to the town manager just to get the blessing. Do you know if that happened, Mike?
I do not know. I'll check with her tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Debbie will remind me.
I'll be there.
Oh, right. Remind me too.
I don't expect there's going to be any problem with this as far as Ryan is concerned. Another aspect of this meeting is that the town has to do their affordable action plan again, and they're hiring a consultant, or they have hired a consultant, and that person or that company will be on board by January. So they will be there. This will be an opportunity for us to solicit what we were just talking about for the equity toolkit. But the affordable housing contractor is also going to be there selecting input for the new affordable housing plan. So they'll be on the agenda. We don't have names or nothing, but they'll be there. There'll be time. So it's really coming out really well. We already got some slides made. They're not in any kind of particular order. We're going to go over those. I'll talk to Mike again. We'll continue. Mike and I will continue meeting and fleshing that out, and I'll report monthly. But I too was thinking of the equity toolkit. So once we get this affordable housing workshop kind of more flexed out, then I can switch gears next month from now on and work on that equity toolkit too. You had questions, Jane, about the who's eligible and how to apply, and we'll put those in there.
I thought that anybody who came to the meeting would probably, those are the questions they're going to.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very good introduction to what affordable housing is, but people basically want to know, can I get in? So are you going to?
That's in here, but I think that's in here, but we didn't specifically address it. But we certainly will make that a key point up front early.
Great.
Michael, do you have anything to add? Did I miss anything, or?
Yeah, no, you did great, Ray. You hit everything. I think the main thing is the date is selected so that we can work with the consultants on the new affordable housing plan, which the town has to do to be compliant with state regulations. And it's a very intensive process of collecting feedback from the community. And we only want to do that once. So it makes sense to do this in January. Once the consultants are on board and once our committee has met with them and started working things out. So that's why that date was selected. I apologize for the outline. I used some acronyms which are completely unintelligible. AIA Slides is a previous presentation made to the American Institute of Architects. And then TC PowerPoint is the presentation we made to the town council a while ago. If you guys are interested in that level of detail, but I would just wait. Wait till Ray and I and others have a chance to update those slides, put them together. I think the important thing tonight is if the topics we're covering, which is basically Affordable Housing 101, if you guys think that's good, we can take the next step and start producing content, and then we'll share the content with you, and that'll be easier.
Yeah, I liked it very much. I liked what you did. I thought it was very thorough.
Good.
have to
Sorry, I
say
missed
no-
the date. Excuse me.
Uh,
The date in January, somehow I missed.
January 30th.
Okay, thank you.
It'll probably start around 6.
It'll be in council chambers?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
And the plan is to record it because, you know, so many people will attend in person. But again, we want to collect a lot of feedback from the community on affordable housing. So we'll video this and make it available, and people can go in and keep giving us feedback. And that'll give us a really robust input for the new plan.
We're also thinking of having it live Zoom, but that hasn't been, we haven't settled on that yet.
Yeah, pursue that, because the end of January, it could be a blizzard.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, to make it more inclusive too. Mike, I really, and Ray, if you were part of this outline too, I love the outline for the workshop. Just going back to something that we talked early on, which is why we called it 101, that we want to just make that blanket assumption that people who might be interested in attending this or listening in this workshop know absolutely nothing, or might have heard hearsay and myths and facts and non-facts, and just to really pursue it from an elementary level, I think.
Yeah,
So
we're going
that,
from scratch and making it very simple, and
yeah, right.
plenty of time for questions and comments, and you know, we got some ideas about breakout sessions possibly. We just gotta, you know, like Mike said, we're just really here at this more just to kind of get it going. We'll start working on the content as time goes on.
So we were thinking probably the max amount of time we could do would be 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And the presentation wouldn't be that whole 90 minutes. So
Good. That sounds
after
good.
that, we'd have Q&A and input and feedback. So the division of time isn't established yet, but that's the general idea.
Good.
It's exciting. I mean, just seeing the slides and going over the stuff, and just the idea of what we're doing, and having the contractor there, and we'll do our thing with the equity thing. It'll be an exciting night.
Yeah, Jennifer was excited because this feeds right into the town's need to produce this new document, which is going to be very efficient. So
Good. Okay, so are we where we need to be for the moment?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're finished. Can we move on to the next subject?
Sure.
Monica, yeah.
I'm going to have dinner. Good night, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
night, I'll see
everything
you
you're
tomorrow.
doing.
Much.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
I find the leave button.
Oh.
I can't find it.
This is like a Camus novel. You're staying.
Lower, there we go.
So just
Okay.
a quick statement. I wanted to make sure I could have waited for Michael, but if you want, when you figure out how we want to have the town council chamber set up, let me know, because I have to put a work order in for that.
Yep.
So yeah, or if we need IT there, just keep me in the loop so I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna also next meeting, I'm on the Taste of Mansfield committee.
Oh, great.
So I'm hoping that maybe we can snag some, you know, stuff to have for refreshments and food and whatnot. Nothing like a meal, but you know, some kind of snacks. Or we did warm cider for the ag committee thing, and just different things. I'll work on that just as a bonus.
Yeah, anytime you do anything at that time of day, it's good to have food,
Mhm.
something.
Perfect.
Okay, moving right along. We haven't done anything on other community conversations, have we?
Did you meet with the town manager and?
Yes,
Or
I did, but
next
I'm
one?
putting that under
Oh, that's not
nonviolent
the next.
communication. That's the next subject. So has anybody been doing any, Janine, have you been doing any movies since the summer?
Just, what was the last one? Um, no, just about uh, the author, that last one. I mean, I watched stuff on my own, but just that last one, who was a Black author, who was the professor, and I think I had covered that at the last
Yeah, you did.
meeting
When,
before last.
when you have time, get back in touch with the guy who runs those movies and find out what's coming up to see, because you don't
He does. He sends me,
send
I'm on the
yourself.
list, and
Good.
nothing was jumping out at me in terms of that would be applicable. You know, I mean, I could go to the movies, but nothing that kind of like jumped out at me like I could talk about, or I can encourage conversation about, you know, human rights or diversity or, you know, but I keep getting, I'm on his mailing list.
Okay, I think I need to get on his mailing list. I am so looking forward to coming home and feeling like I'm physically in the place I belong in. It's been a long summer. It's been a very good summer, but I'm ready to come home. So, okay, thank you. Okay, so I have an update on the nonviolent communication conversation. I did talk to the woman who's the facilitator. She is available on the one day that the council chambers is open if we want to do this thing at night. I met with Maria and Ryan. We have enough money in our budget to do a 2-hour program. And if we do a 2-hour program on nonviolent communication, this woman lives in Litchfield. I've gotten references on her. I know she's good. She will come, she will do a 2-hour intro to how to talk to people that you disagree with without getting in a fight. And it's a 4-part process. This is like an intro. It's not really a training program, but it's the one thing that came out of the interfaith dialogue that people wanted to know how to have these conversations without fighting with each other. So she's ready to come here and she's very happy to come here, and we have enough money to pay her to come here. The only question is, it's going to be a 2-hour program, and I'm wondering, should we be trying to do it in the evening because she's going to have to come from Litchfield and go home to Litchfield, or could we do it on a weekend afternoon? So what do you think about that? And this is going to, people will come, there will be an intro, slides, role playing. People will walk away feeling like they know a little something, and then I'm going to make a pitch to see if we can do a bigger training in the spring, but that's where we are right now with this. So, yeah, Monica, what?
When were you thinking if it was a weekend?
Well, my hope was to do it before the elections, but I think at this point it may be too late to try that. I haven't even talked to Margaret about how long good publicity would take. They have packaged publicity with all their logos and everything all over it, so it would look unusual. It wouldn't just be a text message to people, but
So
really...
council chamber will, I mean, early voting starts October 21st.
Right.
So they will need that for weekends for voting.
Oh, they do that on weekends. Okay. Well,
yeah,
then
it's all week.
let me get your feeling about, should we try to do an evening or should we try to do a weekend? If we're going to do a weekend, I'll talk to the library because they have a very good facility, and if they have a weekend afternoon, that'd be a good place to do it. But what's your sense? I mean, we're going to do a 2-hour how to have critical conversations without fighting with each other in whatever form that we call it. How much time do we need to advertise? And do you think an evening program would be better, or do you think a weekend afternoon would be better? Opinions.
I vote for the weekend afternoon.
I agree.
Yeah, if you're trying to reach any like young professionals or people with children, you need to also be able to have like availability during the weekend, I think.
Okay, I'm going to try to set it up. I don't know when it's going to be. Now, Ray, you said that you decided to bypass November and December because there was too much going on. If we did a weekend afternoon in, say, like the second week in November, if she was available, do you think people will be too busy to show up for that?
Ray, you're muted.
Yeah, Ray, you're muted.
There's
I don't
always-
think it'd be a big issue. The audience for that would be just town people then, because you're probably not gonna get,
Yeah, just
you're
general
not gonna
public.
get employees or anything like that on a Saturday.
No, that's my phase two, depending on how phase one goes.
Okay,
I'd really
that
like to.
works. As long as you check, with all the calendars and make sure there's nothing going on that's gonna compete with it.
Yeah,
You also have to think about that's also getting close to, for those who, Thanksgiving or autumn celebration that you're thinking about.
yeah. I think that if we can't go any later than the second weekend in November.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay, well, let me get on the phone tomorrow, talk with the director of the library or Vicky, who's the adult education person, and see if we can get a room. And I have several places that I can look, but I'm gonna go. And is Saturday better than Sunday?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm very excited about this. I think it's got transformative potential. It's just a matter of doing the first one. So thank you, and I will go ahead and do that. Okay, let's move to Celebrate Mansfield. We need to know what we're doing, who's doing it, who's going to show up, and all that sort of stuff. Janine, I told you were in charge, and I'm sure you were not happy to be in charge. Do you feel like you're in charge?
I chuckled because I was like, she's got a very funny sense of humor. I didn't
Yeah, I know.
respond to the
You're always not wanting to be in charge, and I think it's time that you start doing that because you're too good not to.
um I've been doing a lot of different types of research and everything. I did the application. I'm waiting for the information to come to us to do, whatever paperwork that we have to do. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. I do have some ideas. I think I kind of sent you a couple of the ideas through email and I can share it with you. And I had to do what do they call it? It was an interview with the Human Rights Commission to be, to up your member or whatever. So I had that this week and I was doing research and everything about human rights, the United Nations and everything. And it's funny that the year 2025 is the year of peace and trust. And I'm like, this is brilliant because I keep thinking about this quilt with the kids. And the quilt is peace and trust and harmony. So with Mansfield, Celebrate Mansfield, I thought Celebrate Mansfield, Celebrate Diversity. And I've been trying to grow pumpkins this past summer that I want to bring to the festival. And if a kid wants it, and it's not to promote Halloween or anything like that, it's just to promote autumn. It's to promote diversity. It's because pumpkin is a squash, and there's so many different types of squash. Okay, even pumpkins, there's different types. So I've been growing pumpkins all different shapes. Some are small, some are bigger. And I have about a dozen pumpkins that I actually was able to grow this summer. Some people have come on to the plot. It's the Mansfield community plot. Mm-hmm. And some people came and pilfered a couple of my pumpkins. Not animals, because I know the difference between bite marks, cut marks, and yank it off the vine. So I was not happy with that, but I have up to all of that. I have going to be laminating them word searches. And in the word search, it'll be like for older individuals and younger kids, like diversity, equity, inequality, justice, that type of thing. So, and the town of Mansfield was really pushing for less paper usage, having
Right, I know.
things to be able to be, reused. And I'm like, all right, laminate it so then we can have it for any other time, any other type of function. So I have a few of those. I also, hopefully they'll come. I did find a couple of puzzles that's had, the picture that has the difference between equality and
Yeah, the
equity.
4 people on the box looking over the fence.
Yes, I
Yes, that
think
one.
I'm hoping that puzzle will come. So I have on there, would you like to, do you want to help put the puzzle together? Together we can do this as a community. The word search, help us, search for the words, because it'll help, bring us together, that type of thing. And then I also have different types of pumpkin recipes.
Okay, all right. Let me cut to the chase here because I want to make sure that we're there and we have a place to be. You've done the paperwork, so we
Yep.
have a site. They know we're coming.
Yep.
What do we need tables? We need a table. How did we get tables last year?
I haven't received the paperwork yet.
Okay, but we
I
know
do
we
plan
need
because it's
table.
getting close to the time. I need
Hey,
to,
Monica, I see you.
uh,
And then we need a tent. Where are I mean, what I'm reacting to is
yeah, Katie always had the
Katie
tent.
did all
I
this
don't know
stuff
who,
for us and she's not here
That's
anymore. So now we
right.
have to do it. Monica, what do you have to say about this?
That was what I was going to say, is we usually got them from youth services. What we can do is I'll give Kathleen from the Downtown Partnership a call tomorrow,
Okay.
see what the status is of that, because I would think that we would be getting the paperwork pretty soon.
I'm
Um,
hoping.
yeah, and then I'll see if maybe we can reserve a table through them or how that has to work. And then
I have 2
work.
tables if you need tables.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we
I'll
just
touch
need to
base
know
with.
what we need. So Monica, whatever you find out, if
Yep.
you would just let Janine know and copy me on it, that would be good. How about
Yeah.
the tents?
Monica, I think the application for tables and spots for the Celebrate Mansfield is already out. We've already sent them in with our ad committee
Oh,
to Mansfield.
we had sent in an application, just
That's what I mean, yeah.
not for like the table, like to have a physical table, like.
Okay,
Yeah, no, it's whether they supply them to us or not. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, yes, that's the difference. Okay, one
I can
other
send
thing.
her an email tomorrow.
Yeah, just check up on it because what I'm thinking of is we need to know where the tables are coming from, where the tent's going to come from. Margaret's got all the decorations that we use. You've got a lot of good games. We set ourselves up as an activity center.
Great.
We do really well when we bring candy, so I'll get candy and put it in a big dish so that we have stuff to give to people. And if you don't want to be in charge, Janine, can you be the point person?
Whatever you that you want me to be.
Yeah,
It
that's what I
doesn't
want
really
you to
matter.
be, because I'm feeling very much like I can't come home and run around and I have to stay here for 2 more weeks. So, and it's very important that I do that. So I need somebody who says, yeah, okay, you're the point person. So just follow up on the paperwork with Monica and the table and the tent and make sure Margaret knows where all our stuff is that we hang up for decorations, because I know we have it.
Okay.
It's in a big bag someplace. And then I'm going to get in touch with
Like the
Margaret.
banner and everything.
Yeah. And I'm
Okay.
going to get more brochures, and I've already asked her to get us more stickers. Yeah, Monica.
I'll follow up with Margaret, and then I'll keep the stuff here so that if you are coming to pick it up, you can come right into the town clerk's office.
Okay.
And then also wanted to let everybody know I did follow up with the registrars of voters. They are going to be at Celebrate Mansfield, so we will not be needed to do that.
No, but you know what we could have? We could have a nice little sign that says, have you registered to vote yet, with an arrow on it. And I think we
Sure.
need to do that. I think everybody needs to do that. I can hardly wait to get home and get my Camel and Waltz hat that I ordered. Because where I'm staying in Maine, somebody stole the mailbox, so I can't get mail. So anything that is significant, I have to have sent home, and I'll be home on the 18th. Okay, all right. I think, Janine, just keep me posted on what you're doing. I think we've done this enough now
Yep.
that we're good at it, so we just need to make sure it all happens.
Yep.
Can everybody come for some period of time? or be around. Ray, you're going to be in several places. Sabrina, I
I'll be
imagine,
there all day, but in several places, so
in several places.
I'll
And
be able to, I'll try to balance that as best I can.
Jane, Jane,
what?
I'm not positive I can make it there. I've got a concert that night, and
Okay.
my energy level is extremely low right now
I have the same
from the
problem
surgery.
for different reasons, but you have my sympathy and compassion, and do what you need to do to stay healthy and get better. And I now have one of those canes you can sit on in case you need to borrow it.
I bought another one.
You bought-
Once I've recovered from the surgery, I should be much better. I
Good.
should be able to stand.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, I think we know the drill on this one. So as long as everybody shows up and is going to be there for a while, and it doesn't matter if you're walking around and doing other things that you're responsible for, as long as somebody is there, and I'll probably be there for most of the time. Or I anticipate doing that. Okay. All right. So we're on the way. Moving along, do we have any new business? Here, can I say a new business thing, or is that illegal?
If you want it added to the agenda, you would have to, you know, have someone move to add it to the agenda and then have a vote.
Okay, I would like to add to the agenda under new business, the equity toolkit discussion. Can somebody second adding that to the agenda, please?
I'll second.
Okay, Sabrina seconded it. Okay, Monica all in favor of adding the equity toolkit to the agenda right now? Aye, passed. Thank you. Under new business, I've been thinking about this, and I remember that what Kamara said was that we needed to go sit ourselves in places where people are coming by and do whatever it says to do to solicit their opinions. And the basic question is, what do you need from this town that you're not getting? How are you not being served? What do we need to do to make your life here more functional? So Monica, I'm asking you, where is the equity toolkit and how can we get it so that we all can familiarize ourselves with this information?
It's on the Sustainable CT website.
Okay.
We have passed it around a few times. I don't have it easy. I'm at easy access to it at the moment, but I can find it and then I can mail it out.
Okay, that would be really good because it's dawning on me that we need to get moving on that. She said we had a year and this is the beginning of the year. So let's do that and just get it to everybody, and then we'll talk about it more on the next at the next meeting.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be exactly, we have to have very carefully worded, very appropriate questions. So they're not, so it gathers good data, not just leave it open-ended.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once
And
I look
I
at
think
it,
that's where
I know how to construct surveys and do
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So once I see the parameters, I can probably get
Yep.
started with the process, and then we'll all have similar questions no matter where we happen to be sitting and who we
Yeah.
happen to be talking to. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
The other thing is that there's multiple parts to the equity portion of the Sustainable CT status. One of them is the equity statement, which I believe Ray had talked with our Ray and Debbie, I think, had actually talked to our Sustainability CT coach, our equity coach, who had said that the Board of Ed one will count for this. The thing that we don't have is a like event or community, I don't know if conversation is the right word, where we can engage with the community and then fill a need that the community sees, which is why I was thinking the affordable housing one might work, because we did see that, I think it was Jane, you talked to people at the senior center, we talked to some people at the library about affordable housing issues, and that was part of the reason why we wanted to do this collaborative, discussion.
Seems like that would work.
So I would love for if one of the people, I think it was Ray and Debbie, if one of you guys wanted to talk to our equity coach to see if that would work. I'm happy to talk to Rebecca, who's our intern, to see if she might have it, at least an idea.
I put in the chat, I'm going to be communicating with Kamara tomorrow.
Okay.
What I envisioned, at least for my participation, would be once we get the set of questions, since I'm retired, I can camp out at the community center for 4 hours and sit at a table. I can camp out at the library. that'd be very easy for me to do. So yeah, it's, I'll be carrying, I'll carry some of that burden. It's just getting the the questions and, bounce them off Kamara, Jane, we'll just work on that real quick. But I'll be, I'll be available to do that.
I feel the same way. I can do that too, and so maybe we could do it at 2 different times.
Yep.
And
Yeah, sure.
and what we need is some little sign that says why we're sitting there and inviting people to talk to us. But yeah, okay, well, my job now is to find the statement, or Monica send it to me again, and let me see what I can do about questions for us to be asking people.
I did find looks like a PowerPoint presentation and just like their regular website for equity. So I'm sending that to everybody right now. And then I'm going to follow up with Rebecca, who's the intern, and a few other people to see if there's additional information that I'm missing from that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any other new business?
I got a quick question in regards to the conversation that you were talking about going to different places. I'm out of the loop. Do you know if the elementary or the middle school, I'm not sure about the high school, do they have like meetings with the principal or something like that? I know sometimes they would have that, and then a teacher might spotlight something. That might be an avenue to go in there or reach out with the different programs in the school, like Parents for Racial Justice, the Cultural Awareness Brigade, to touch base with them, to be in there and see, what is the questions that you were pointing out or wanting to put out there. What do you think that we need within the community? What else, how else can that we help you? Do you know if some of those, like the teacher, I think it was called Coffee with the Principal or something like that. I don't know if we would be, we're just another resource. Can we be in there as a resource?
You know what? I mean, I don't know if Coffee with the Principal would be the place. You just, if we can get permission, we just park in the teacher's lounge. Because people go through there all day long.
Yes.
And they take their free time in there. And so if we got permission to do that, that might be a good thing to do. And the other place to do it is at after or before a PTO meeting.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I have been up to my neck in what I'm doing in Maine, and I haven't had time to think about any of this, but I'm beginning to get re-engaged. Okay, PTO, Teachers Lounge.
Is there someone that you want me to contact?
Not yet. Let's just think of the places. And Debbie, let me ask you this. Would it be appropriate for us to come to church coffee hours after services?
Yes, definitely, definitely. And I also just had my hand raised and kind of thinking about what you just raised, Janine. As you know, I'm a very active member of the Wyndham branch of the NAACP, and we do a lot of work with racial justice in the schools, which obviously is part of human rights.
Right.
So anything, rather than doing things separately, I really support collaboration. And, any time that you want to, I'm on the Legal Redress Committee. And so we are the ones who respond to a lot of the schools in Eastern Connecticut who, especially if parents bring up issues with their children or teens. So, any collaboration, any expertise from all of you to support that work, I think would be appreciated.
I know that a lot of legal redress issues are with kids getting discriminated against in sports teams.
Sports teams and just, things on the bus, Jane, lately, in the classroom with, teachers sometimes unknowingly making remarks that aren't, around justice. And we we usually, the legal redress meeting is usually the last Thursday of the month, but actually they're meeting tonight as we have this meeting because several things have come up. So anyway, that was
Would it
just.
make sense for me to talk to Rodney? Who is he still the head of that committee?
He is, yeah, he's the
Yeah.
chair.
Let me talk to them. And are they, we would be asking questions of people who live in Mansfield, and the NAACP is a much bigger organization than that. So we would have to focus on what's happening in Mansfield, but I'll call Rodney, or I'll get a hold of Rodney and
Yeah.
see what he
And
has
we
to
have an
say.
attorney who works with us as well and attends our monthly meetings.
Who is that?
Jerome Paun, Paun. He has an office in Willimantic.
The name of the guy. Rodney.
May not be spelling his last name. Oh, I think that's
Rodney Alexander? Or you
Rodney Alexander is the chair of the Legal Redress Committee, but the
That's right. One of them will do.
yeah, the it's Jerome Paun, Paun. He's our attorney in Willimantic who works with us and attends our meetings.
Okay. Good. All right. Well, let's just think about, once we get finished with Celebrate Mansfield, we'll crank this effort up and it'll be going on all year. Okay, that's good. What comes after new business? Member reports. And any members have any reports?
A couple comments.
Okay.
I just I got an email about that the Mansfield Academy
Mm-hmm.
from the town manager's office. There's still some spots open. I would strongly suggest anybody that hasn't taken that before to take it. It really gives you a good understanding of what goes on in all the departments in the town, what it takes to run this town. If you're interested, you can go to the town manager's link, or I could just send you the link. But it's well worth it. And I just have a question. Before I've been away, and there was a special meeting at the town council to make a voting place available on campus. Did that happen? And did it pass? Anybody know?
So yes, it passed, but it still needs to be approved by the Secretary of the State's office.
Okay.
So we are not advertising it until we get that approval, because we have to make sure that we can get proper security measures there.
Mm-hmm.
Or the computer systems and whatnot that have to be there for early voting. So it wouldn't be a polling place on campus for the election. It's early voting.
Early voting, yeah.
It's there. So that'll be that October 21st to November 3rd.
Great.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Okay, any other members doing anything that we need to know about? There's nothing from the general public? Oh, Debbie, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I just, I'll be attending, this is through the Southern New England Conference of the United Church of Christ, but I'll be attending on Saturday, September 14th, the Justice Summit conference at Wesleyan University. And I think a lot of what we've been talking about may be in some of the workshops that I attend. So whatever I find out, I'll bring back to share with you for our October meeting.
That's wonderful. They do very good things about this at Wesleyan, so that's great. Anybody else? Okay. Nothing from the public. Does that mean we are prepared to adjourn? I think so. All right. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Debbie moves, Barbara seconds. All in favor? Janine's son just says hello because he wants to be involved. Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, we will be in touch on these particular projects as necessary. And thank you all very much. And I will see you at the Celebrate Mansfield program, if not sooner.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Monica.
Bye-bye.